my loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, and this one is your June 2021 month ahead prediction. So I'm stoked about it. If you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm gonna give you guys a quick little rundown of how it works. So over here we have pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you guys can take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. And then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about your June prediction for the month of June for 2021. I also want to add in a little disclaimer. You guys are not bound by this. You guys have free will and you can change anything at any time. So tarot is just a beautiful tool in looking into what you're currently manifesting, what you're currently attracting, things like that. But you have free will and you can change your destiny at any time, my love. So with that being said, if you guys like to choose with crystals below these cards or on these cards, let's pop some crystals on there right now. All right, my loves, if you guys like to choose with crystals, here are our crystal options. Over here we have some malachite, then we have some pyrite, then we have some sunset aura quartz, then over here we have some rose quartz, and then we have some amethyst. So again, take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. Then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal reading for the month of June. So with that being said, without further ado, let's hop right into it. All right, my loves, if you guys chose pile number 1, this is going to be your reading all about the month of June, so let's hop right into it. All right, my loves, so pile number 1, here's what we have for you guys. We have the King of Pentacles, we have the Three of Swords, we have the Three of Cups, we have the Moon being reversed, and then we have the Princess of, or Page, I guess, of Pentacles. So let's talk about this. There's a lot of earth sign stuff going on right now. So right off the bat, I'm kind of feeling like earth sign people might be prominent in your life, and that could be Taurus, Capricorn or Virgo might be people that are really prominent in your life in the month of June, or that could be a reflection of your own as well, right? But something that's really sticking out to me is the fact that we have the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups. These two are just super prominently sticking out to me right now. So if you guys have been dealing with some hurt from the past, or if you guys have been confused about something, or feeling like maybe it's hard to get past something, or you're at kind of like a roadblock in your life, things like that, there is some sort of friendship or someone in your life that I really think that there's going to be this uplift, or somebody's going to be uplifting you in the month of June. And this could be, something that could have happened with someone, and maybe there's going to be some reconciliation, especially with the Moon being reversed as well. Or this could mean that you guys might be, feeling some type of way, and someone's going to really help you get out of that funk. Like, I almost see you guys being able to get out of this by finally spending your time doing things of enjoyment. And I'm also seeing in the month of June that you guys will be doing a lot of things that are of enjoyment. Like, if you guys have been feeling heartbroken, or if you guys have been feeling like there's something difficult in your life that you're trying to get over or get past, I really think the month of June is going to really help you get over that. And I do think that whatever this thing is about, you're going to find something out that helps heal this. There's going to be information that comes to you that helps heal this. So if you guys have been confused about something, or if somebody hurt you in the past, I think you're going to be learning something or hearing something from someone that helps you heal this and get over this, and helps clarify whatever this is. So there's something that maybe you guys are going through that you are going to get clarification on, and it's going to really help you kind of step forward in your life. And I also think that because you're spending more time focusing on you and enjoyment this month, it's going to help you reinvigorate your productivity and the amount of motivation that you have, essentially. So the King of Discs right here, this kind of talks about, you have a lot of potential this month. This could also be talking about a particular person maybe involved in this whole situation, but I really think that there's somebody that's going to be helping you out, that helps you see the more practical side, helps you find more fun, things like that. Or this could also be a reflection of you as well, saying that, you have a lot of potential here, but it's about finding that enjoyment to regain that motivation so you can really start to manifest what it is that you want. As you can see, this card right below it says manifestation. This card says power. So it's like the power to kind of get over this. There's somebody that's going to help you get over this and help you see your own power within. And I really think that this is going to help you have like a reset and a restart and a new beginning in your life, okay? So I think that this is going to be a month that's really inspiring, to say the least. Like, it's going to be a month that helps you close out an old chapter and start a new one. And it's going to also help you get rid of like old emotion that's been holding you back so that you can fully step into like the newness. And again, that moon being reversed, this talks about information that's being revealed. It also talks about sometimes when we're stuck in too much of a slump, or we're kind of like scared of the unknown, we're scared of walking into the unknown. This card reverse comes up when we have people that help guide us and inspire us to take this new step. So I really think that there's going to be somebody in your life, someone close to you, or it could even be a new person that's going to come into your life that's going to inspire you and help you step into that new chapter of your life. Because I think that on your own, you have like this idea of what you want, right? And you know that you have that potential, but you're being held back in some kind of way, because it might be that we are still trying to let go of the past, or we're hurt by something, or it can mean that we have fears of stepping into the unknown, or we're scared of what people might think of us, we're scared of what people might say, things like that. But there's something that I think that you guys are holding yourselves back from, that someone is going to be able to help you move forward into it. So they're going to help you step into the unknown and have this new beginning, because I think you guys have been desiring this. You've been desiring this new beginning, but maybe it just didn't feel like the right time, and then all of a sudden there's going to be that kick in your butt. Someone's going to be really motivating you and helping you begin this. All right, so then the next card that we have Root Girl, the disowned self. So if you guys have been feeling like you didn't have your roots right, or didn't have your roots deep planted in the ground, like maybe you guys have been wanting to start something, it's been all in your head, but maybe you haven't found the foundation to start it, right? So Root Girl, the disowned self, this is literally helping you get beyond the self. There's someone that's going to be helping you get re-inspired by you. There's going to be somebody that's going to be motivating to you and is going to help you realize your potential and your light, and they're going to really help push you and motivate you in the month of June. We also have the number 1 right here in numerology, and so this talks about that new beginning, right? So that's huge confirmation. The next card, we have 44. This is an angel number right here, so you guys might be focusing a lot on foundation, because 44, all the 4s are all about foundation. We have a 4 right here, we have 44, then this equals number 1, this equals number 8. So this is about taking chances and stepping into that new sort of energy, right? So then the perfect storm, the courage to step into life. Wow, that fits in so well. So this new beginning, the courage to really close out this old chapter and to step into this new one. So that is going to be the month of June. Again, we have all this confirmation coming up. You guys have your eyes set on something, but you just need the perfect storm of motivation, kind of like, for example, if the water is really still, right? And if you're the water, and you're very still, but you have a lot of potential. Water has so much potential. It can do so much, right? So like, you are kind of like the water that's very still right now, but you just need like the perfect storm to come along to get the movement happening again. So you can be that flowing river again, going into a new direction. That perfect storm needs to come so that you can add that movement back into your life. So I think that that's going to be what this person is coming into your life, and going to be inspiring you and helping you and motivating you to root yourself and to cause you to be inspired to move forward. And this might not even be a person in person. This could also be a person online, for example. Maybe you're going to be watching a YouTube video and get totally inspired, but somehow there's something that's coming your way that's going to be a lot of inspiration. For most of you, I really think that it's a physical person, okay? But maybe not for all of you, all right? So then we also have Sky Dancers, Surrender. This right here, numerologically, is a number 3. And so that's kind of like our 3 and 3. We have a lot of 3 and a lot of 4 energy going on. So this talks about communion, finding and planning things, being able to celebrate. So Sky Dancer, Surrender. I think that this is talking about how we need to kind of like let go and allow the universe to guide us and take us, right? Finding it, like, it's almost like the universe is bringing that perfect storm. So it's time to just listen to that and go with that, because the universe is going to be pushing you in this direction. And I think that you guys feel it internally. So it's time to let go of that fear, right? Time to let go of the fear. And then we have a closing door, completion. Yes, guys, this fits in so freaking well to your reading. Oh my goodness, look at that. And also this card is like way not in the middle. I don't know why I put that one over there. That was supposed to be in the middle. Let's just move that right there. Okay, so closing door, completion. It's like, yeah, you guys are completing an old cycle. So in the month of June, it's kind of like letting go of what you guys, your guys' old life. It's like you're totally stepping into a new one, opening up a brand new door. And then we also have Sky Bridge, possibility for union. Okay, so this is like finding the bridge to your goal, right? If you're right here and you didn't really see the bridge before, it's like all of a sudden the pieces are literally just coming so that you guys can step closer and closer to your goal in the month of June. Okay, so this is a lot of change coming in with the number 5 right here. And then we also have the master number 11 with this. So yeah, this is totally divine stuff happening in your life. Sky Bridge. So this is literally you bridging to your goals. Possibility for union, which is talking about that friendship that I was talking about, or that person that's going to be coming into your life that's going to be inspiring you and motivating you to move forward, essentially. So wow, pile number 1. Clear messages so far. So let's also shuffle this deck right here. Let's see what else we can get going on in this reading for you guys. So let's see what we get. Confidence. This is building up your confidence to move forward, because maybe, again, like I was saying, whatever this was, whatever this whole situation was making you guys feel stuck and like you couldn't really move forward. Because anytime we're feeling things deep in our heart or deep emotionally, it's hard to move forward because it weighs on you so much, right? So this is bringing back your confidence, and with these wings that you guys can just soar on and find that bridge to your guys' goals, to be able to close out the old door and then just walk on the bridge to the new place that you guys want to be. So June is the month for that, and it's all coming in because of someone. Okay, we also have truth. So that's that moon being revealed. So somehow your guys are going to see the truth behind why you're feeling this way. So this could be a personal thing where you guys will find the truth deep within yourself and realize why you're feeling this way. Or it could be a truth that you're learning from another person, because maybe this heartbreak deals with a person, or maybe it's a personal issue. You know, it could be all of the above, right? But I really think that you guys are going to be revealing exactly what this was, and it's going to help you get past it. It's going to help you close that door, because it's hard to close a door when there's still unfinished business or there's still unknown things. Like, you know, we need closure before we can close something. That's why it's called closure, because it helps you close something, because you can't really, it's hard to close things when you do not know, right? So yeah, somehow some truth is being revealed. This could, again, be like an inner truth that you're realizing, or it could be a truth from somebody, and they're going to be revealing something to you or something like that. So moving on to our next deck of cards for you guys. So group number 1, June. Let's see. Ooh, lots of energy for you guys. Okay, let's go to it. So we have ritual coming up, okay? We got the North Nodes. This is you getting into your destiny, so whew, and we also have the number 1 right there, so that new beginning type of energy. We also have refinement with Scorpio, 42, which is the 6, finding that harmony, being able to refine your talents, maybe refining your plan of what you want your future to be. Then we also have wholeness, okay? So finding that wholeness again, whereas, you know, when we have a hurt heart, it kind of feels like there's things that are missing, or it feels like we're hurt and we need to mend ourselves. So wholeness, I really think that you guys are going to find ways to heal. And this also talks about finding the rest of your plan, the bridge, right? Because we're not whole if we can't really see where we're going and how to get there. It sometimes feels like there's a missing piece, right? So wholeness talks about getting all your ducks in the row, finding all the missing pieces, finding the truth, finding that wholeness by finding truth. We also have Aquarius coming up. And then we have Gemini, purification. So this also talks about being able to like essentially purify whatever this situation was, right? So we're getting rid of the grief, guilt, hurtness, unworthiness. We're purifying our thoughts about other people, the situation with other people, things like that. Happiness, we have another Gemini, so a lot of Gemini energy. Happiness, so yeah, that's the secret key to happiness. I think that you guys are going to be reconnecting with that. That one's just very straightforward, right? We also have leadership, another Gemini. Wow, Gemini and Libra right here. Lots of Gemini energy. So this is stepping forward, closing that door, stepping forward into that new the new way, right? So leading yourself into this new path, that new beginning that we're talking about. We also have love. This is like connecting back to your heart again, feeling whole. We also have the 3 tomatoes, which is kind of like the 3 and the 3 that we had over here. So I think that this is talking about that broken heart. So all of a sudden we're mending it. We're finding the fruit. We're finding the magic in why this happened. All of a sudden with that truth, when we see the truth, then all of a sudden we realize why this situation had to happen. And then we feel whole again because we're finding all of a sudden those holes bear fruit, and then we don't see them as bad anymore. All of a sudden we see them as good, right? So, whew, that was a lot to get through. Lots of cards fell out for you guys, my goodness. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take our Astro Dice. We're going to roll the zodiac sign one 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs for the month of June for you guys. This could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising, or even a reflection of your own. All right, so let's see what we get. We have a Libra coming up, and I think we had Libra here too. We have Libra right here, and I think we had Libra on this one too. Where was it? Libra, lots of Libra energy. So we have Libra coming up. We also have Pisces coming up. And we also have Sagittarius. So Libra, Pisces, Sagittarius energy. Then we're going to go ahead and roll these dice all together to get any last info for you guys. All right, so we have the 8th house. We have Taurus. So we have the Sun in Taurus in the 8th house. This is revealing truths again. And endings and beginnings. The 8th house is endings and beginnings. This could be an ending and beginning, especially in your material life, your job, your career with Taurus coming up. This could also talk a little bit about, I don't know why I heard the message of home life too for some of you guys. But yeah, so the Sun being in Taurus in the 8th house, this is finding deep truths. This is endings and beginnings. The Sun being here illuminating this area. Now we see why things had to end. Now we see the real reason, the real root cause with that Taurus sort of energy, okay? So we see the root cause for that, okay? We're finding our new beginning in the material world. So we're finding our new sort of foundation. Taurus is also kind of that foundation. We had a lot of that 4 energy. So finding out the way and the pathway. So Taurus is also about the pathway, the material manifestation of what you desire. So you're finally illuminating that new beginning of how you're going to bridge where you are right now to where you want to be. And it all deals with letting go of this because this has been what's stopping you, right? So finding the fruit in that, finding the benefit of what that had to teach you, okay? So that is what's happening in the month of June for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 2, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of June. So let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 2, here's what we got for you guys. We have the Queen of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords, we have the 8 of Wands, we have the 7 of Swords, we have the 9 of Wands, then we have the 6 of Cups right here. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So first off, what I'm kind of seeing initially is that there is something emotionally that has you excited. There's something emotionally that you're feeling, but maybe we haven't communicated some feelings, or maybe we haven't figured out the entire plan yet. Maybe we don't have a plan of what we're going to do based on these feelings, but there is some sort of kind of longing that I think that your heart is calling you towards, but maybe we just haven't thought of the entire thing through, or maybe we haven't expressed something along the lines of that. And then we have the 8 of Wands right here. So it's like this whole thing is like moving forward, but there's a lack of maybe communication here, or there's a lack of planning. There's either a lack of planning or communication, or a combination of the both, with something that you're emotionally kind of getting invested in. And then over here we have the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords comes up when, again, we didn't communicate or we didn't plan out properly. And this is going to be popping up in the month of June, that either we didn't communicate something properly, or we didn't plan something properly. We didn't have set intention. So we haven't added our mind into it. We have the inspiration and we have the feeling and we have the emotion, but we don't have the maybe plan figured out. We don't have the proper maybe intention figured out with this, or the proper expression or communication. Maybe there's something that you guys are planning and you're hoping it's going to go really well and it's feeling really good, but maybe we haven't communicated or made ourselves very clear about what our intentions are, or maybe we haven't made ourselves very clear on what we expect from the other person. Maybe we haven't made ourselves clear on the way that we're feeling, so maybe the other person on the other side is maybe confused or what have you, right? So sometimes lack of communication can cause this. Things might feel really good and things might be, moving forward, but sometimes when we don't communicate, sometimes that's when we reach the Seven of Swords sort of issue. And the Seven of Swords issue is someone who's maybe misunderstanding us, or somebody who's confused, or this could be that, there's some sort of thing that might stop you from moving fully forward, because then all of a sudden you're realizing the resistance of, ooh, I haven't really communicated this. Now we have to kind of go back to step one for a second because we haven't communicated something, okay? And then we also do have the Nine of Wands right here. So this is realizing, this is kind of going through something. So I think that you guys are going to go through something in the month of June where you guys are going to realize, oops, I forgot to tell somebody about this. This could also be that maybe you guys are having plans and you're so excited about something, you're feeling so good, and then maybe you're gonna have to switch up plans in the month of June for some sort of reason. And it might cause some maybe frustration or delays or setbacks a little bit because we haven't communicated fully and we haven't fully expressed all of our thoughts, okay? And then that Nine of Wands, this is kind of the lesson of learning, like, ooh, I had to go through that, but it's okay. I do think that the situation's gonna turn out just fine, but we're having to go back to the drawing board a little bit, and we're having to express our emotions. The Six of Cups talks about expressing all of your thoughts and feelings, going back to step one, talking about the way that you used to feel and how you feel now and how that's changed, how that's developed, and like the kind of thoughts that you have, where you want this to go, where you want your emotions to go, setting the intention of what we want to do and where we want to go and things like that. And this is also being able to wear your heart on your sleeve again. The Nine of Wands talks about sometimes we might have a fear of expressing ourselves, right? So we're all good with moving forward, we're all good with our internal feelings, all of that, but the communication of it maybe isn't there. That's why we have the Ace of Swords being reversed. That's why we have the Seven of Swords coming up, because look at, he's just like hanging on to this little thing and he's like, wait a minute, I should have like said all of this and I should have like, right? Nine of Wands talks about maybe we have a fear. This could be talking about maybe you've been through this before, maybe you've been hurt before. And so now the Nine of Wands being upright is so good because we're learning how to wear our heart on our sleeve again. We're learning how to be vulnerable. We're learning how to express all of our thoughts and feelings. Because sometimes it's like, when things are going really well, sometimes we don't want to have the tough conversations about the reality of things, right? Because things are like, oh, it's moving forward and it's feeling really good. Then that means it's all fine. I don't need to bring up things, right? And so we're like not really bringing things up. It's like, oh, I'm scared of ruining it, right? Or I'm scared of like, going deep in this talk. It's sometimes hard to bring up talks, right? So there's certain things that might be on your mind that are important to bring up. And this is about learning to be vulnerable. The Nine of Wands is about learning to be super open and honest. Like this deals with honesty, right? Maybe there's something we're not being fully honest about. Maybe there's something that we are scared to wear our heart on our sleeves for, right? So could be any of those above sort of situations, right? Again, it is a general reading, so you're gonna have to find out how this applies to you particularly, but I'm sure that you guys will be feeling it internally, what that exactly is, what this situation is for you, right? So this is all about being able to finally be vulnerable, wear your heart on your sleeve, and realize that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to share your wounds, baby. It is okay to share your feelings, and sometimes whatever, it's okay to have these conversations. So then we also have that Six of Cups. This is talking about like, ooh, all the emotion from the past that we're bringing up, all the things that we might have not expressed in the past are coming up, because this talks about reminiscing, it talks about memories, it talks about past. So now we're having to go back into a little bit of the past again to express something so that we're on the same page as a situation or as another person. We communicate clearly, we set intention clearly, right? This could also be talking about, for some of you, this could be talking about another person maybe hasn't been, fully communicative with you as well. So it could, again, be flip-flopped like that, or it could be a situation where maybe it's just like both people involved. This doesn't even have to be with another person. This could be something that you're dealing with internally. Maybe we haven't planned it out properly, and because we had this lack of planning, we're going to run into things that then need figuring out. We've been avoiding a certain situation. Maybe we've been avoiding planning out something because it's just been fine so far. We've been avoiding, setting a proper foundation. Okay, so now we need to go back to the drawing board and figure it out, all right? So with that being said, let's get into our next few cards to get some more info on this for you guys. So we have the Wailing Tree, reconciliation. So this is, reconciling something with somebody, communication. So maybe there's something that's going to come up where someone's going to be maybe hurt, or maybe you are going to be avoidant of a situation, because the Seven of Swords talks about avoidance. So there's some sort of avoidance. Maybe somebody's going to be avoiding you, or you're avoiding something, or you're tiptoeing around a subject, right? Reconciliation. We are mending that, right? We need to mend that. All right. Then we have unmarked trail, revelation. Whew! Revelation is like Ace of Swords being upright. That's what revelation is like. So revelation coming up, it's like all of a sudden you realize, ooh, this is an important thing to bring up. Unmarked trail. We need to walk down a path that we haven't walked down before. We have to think about the possibilities. We have to think about where we're headed, right? Because an unmarked trail, it can be sometimes hard to navigate. So this card actually talks about like what it's like when we don't make ourselves very clear. If we don't make ourselves very clear, we're essentially walking down a forest and there's no path, and we're like, I want to get to the beautiful waterfall, but I'm just going to wander around. It's like walking through the forest without using the trail. But if you set clear intention, you have clear communication, all of a sudden there's a trail that leads you to the waterfall, and it's a lot freaking easier. And we avoid miscommunication, we avoid misunderstandings, we avoid getting lost, right? Unmarked trail can be hard to navigate when there's an unmarked trail. So our revelation is realizing that maybe we need to be more clear upon our intentions and where we're going. Then we have the freaking sword, and we have the sword, guys. Look at this. This is like, the cards don't lie, guys. The cards just don't lie. So Magician's sword, confidence in your magic. This is also the fact that we have another sword coming up. This talks about that clear communication, setting intention. And it's really simple too. So you know what's funny about this whole entire reading? The sword card is very simple. It's just about setting a clear intention. It's about a simple communication. It never talks about complex communication. This is something that's pretty simple. This is about properly communicating your thoughts and feelings and your intentions in the direction that you want to head in. This is making something clear, right? Getting on the same page. It's simpler than it seems, but your emotions might be making it feel like it's hard, or maybe you're just didn't do it because you didn't realize you maybe had to do that, right? So confidence in your magic. This is also about having confidence in your thoughts and feelings and things like that. We have lost in space. Wow, you guys, this fits so well. Oh, look at that. Lost in space and needing direction. We need direction. If we don't have clear intention and direction, whenever we're moving forward, we're literally lost in the forest. This is about getting clear on where we're going, right? It's like the unmarked trail again. It gets really hard to find the waterfall. If you're not following the trail that leads to the waterfall, it can be kind of difficult because we're like, I can kind of hear it in the distance, but is it left or right? Is it behind me? I don't know. I don't know. But if there was a trail, it'd be a lot easier. So we need to lay out the trail for people, right? Otherwise they're lost and they don't really understand what's happening. All right. And then we also have Eyes of the Eagle, rising above the fray. So this is really interesting because when we rise above something, when we lay out the whole picture, this talks about laying out the whole picture, all of a sudden we can see it so much clearer. All of a sudden we understand it so much better. So laying out all of our intentions, our thoughts, our feelings, things like that. And then people who come into contact with us that are involved, all of a sudden understand the direction of where we're going. They understand, they can be on that same page as you and things like that, right? So this could be talking about business for some of you guys. We could talk about friendships, romances, things like that, all sorts of things, right? But we're needing direction. We're needing to figure out our intentions here and what we plan on doing. So that's like the biggest thing that's coming up for you guys, is like mending this so we can move forward. And it could even be a personal thing as well. So this could be maybe in your own personal life, you haven't set proper intention and you're kind of just wandering through life. It could be talking about feeling a little bit lost. And it's because we don't have the clarity of the direction that we are heading in. So this is about, this month of June is about figuring out the direction that you intend to head in, because that's going to help you all of a sudden not be scattered. Okay, being vulnerable as well, having deep talks and things like that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and shuffle these cards right here. Let's get some more info on this. So group number 2, month of June. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. That's a lot of cards right there. We're gonna shuffle again. That was a lot. That was like half the deck. All right, apparently a lot of cards want to come out for you guys. So let's see, we have trust, we have memory, energy, stimulation, and fertility. Okay, so let's talk about it. So, trust. Whew, all right, guys, all right. So in order to establish trust, maybe there's some mistrust with someone that's happening, okay? So 7 of Swords, this can talk about mistrust. And when we're not very clear in our communication, sometimes we can run into mistrust because we're not very honest. This could talk about your honesty and your integrity as well. Are we being honest? Are we being honest with our words with people? Are honest with our thoughts, right? Instead of leading people on, right? Are we being honest? So trust, bringing up trust. Trust is going to be important in the month of June. We also have memory. We have literally the memory card right here with the 6 of Cups. So somehow we're needing to talk about maybe our past. Maybe we're needing to be honest with somebody about previous scenarios. Maybe we're needing to be honest with somebody about what we've experienced in the past so that we don't run down that same road again, so we don't recreate that. Maybe we're needing to be open and honest about what we've experienced in our life. Maybe we need to, go down into, but there's somehow past is attached to this. And you guys will probably know what I'm talking about who are listening to this, because you'll probably understand how this is applying to you right now. But yeah, there's some sort of maybe going down memory lane a little bit. Somehow memory or past things are involved in the current situation, okay? We also have energy coming up, okay? So this could be talking about physically your level of energy in the month of June. So this could be physically talking about that. Maybe I think that it looks like there's a lot going on. Also, when we think about energy, this could be talking about us, our feelings, the way that we're feeling. Being able to boil that down, like we have this pot, so being able to boil down what we're feeling energetically. Being able to get to the core of something. Getting into the juicy stuff also. Look at that, like getting into the juice of a situation, right? We also have stimulation. Ooh, spicy. So, stimulation. So I think that also it's going to be a very on month for you guys. With energy and stimulation coming up, it's going to be a very on month where I think that there's going to be a lot going on. I think it's going to be a very busy month for you guys in the month of June. So when we have energy and stimulation both coming up, it's like we got a lot going on this month. Then we also have fertility, okay? So planting the seeds. So this could be talking about setting intention to grow something. So if you guys are, so I'm getting a total message right now. If you guys are wanting to begin something, if you have intention on seeing something grow, because that's what fertility is all about, it's planting seeds and seeing something grow, right? So if you guys have intentions of seeing something grow, we have to lay out the intention, because for fertility, you always need a grouping of like the seed and the either soil that it's being planted in. There's always a seed and somewhere where it needs to be planted in order to grow, right? That's how reproduction works. So this is, by the way, this is metaphorical, right? So if you guys are the seed and you're wanting to see this thing grow, we're needing to set intentions with the dirt, and we're needing to be like, yo, dirt, I intend on planting this seed right here, and we're gonna water it so it grows. Are you okay with that? It's getting on the same page, right? Getting on the same page is, and I hope you guys can see this sort of metaphor. So if you're wanting to grow something, this could also be internally with yourself, setting that intention, being like, okay, this is what I plan to do, and this is how I'm gonna do it, setting out an actual plan for this, making clear communication, like making commitments, signing contracts, because the Ace of Swords can also talk about signing contracts or making commitments and things like that. So laying it out, laying it out. So that's what we're getting right there. Let's get into some more cards. Also, this is direction, because the fact that we have the North Node right here, this talks about destiny and direction. So you're needing to be clear on where you're headed, okay? Month of June is all about that. All right, so let's shuffle these cards. Let's get some more info for you guys. So it looks like we got some fallouts. Let's see what we have. We have friendship and answers coming up, okay? So I almost see this card as like being able to celebrate something. So if you guys are like going back into the past on something, or somebody's coming back from the past for clarity, or however the situation's working out, I think it's gonna work out just fine, okay? And then we also have answers coming up. So so if you guys have been confused about something, if you guys have been wondering something, if something's been on your mind, I really think that you guys are going to be able to figure it out. And then we also have home life. So some of this might deal with your home life, laying out foundational rules. So for example, if you guys have roommates, that's why we look at friendship and home, right? So for example, this might be a message for some of you guys. If you guys have roommates, this is about laying out proper rules, right? Because the Ace of Swords can also be rules, our intentions with things, right? Our intentions with our home, our intentions with our friends, our intentions, you can't if you guys have friends, for example, that are so used to coming over that they kind of just walk into your house whenever, sometimes that can be a little bit of a boundary issue, right? So setting proper boundaries. And that might not be, directly exactly what's happening in June for you guys, but again, it's like metaphorical, so find out how this applies to you. But somehow this deals with setting proper boundaries, setting proper intentions around certain things so that people can be on the same page. That's why we have answers, because we need to ask questions in order to get the answers to figure out whether we're on the same page, right? And then we also have the card of psychic abilities. So this is listening to your intuition, your gut feeling on certain things, because I think that you can sort of feel that there's this sort of tiptoeing energy, because the Seven of Swords right here, this is a tiptoe kind of energy where we're maybe tiptoeing around something because we're like, ooh, I hope they kind of figure it out. I'm going to drop hints and hopefully they can see what I'm intending. But sometimes people miss that entirely, the Ace of Swords being reversed. Sometimes people don't pick up on that stuff. So we have to actually sit people down and be like, yo, this is my intention. This is my boundary. This is what we're talking about. Okay. So this is setting those proper intentions, proper boundaries, proper, intentions. Like that's it in a nutshell, you guys. Like setting those proper intentions for the month of June so that people can understand us and so that we're on the same page and we don't end up, getting lost in a forest, lost in space. Okay. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take our zodiac sign dice. We're going to roll this one 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are going to be the most prominent for you guys in the month of June. This could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign, or it could be a reflection of your own. So let's see what comes up for you guys. We have Cancer coming up. So Cancer's the first one. We got Aquarius coming up. So Cancer, Aquarius energy. And Gemini. So Cancer, Aquarius, and Gemini energy coming up for the month of June. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take all of these together to get any last messages for you guys. All right, we got the Sun in Virgo in the 7th house. Oh, guys, 7th house. Relationships. The Sun being very illuminating. Virgo, setting up rules, boundaries, schedules, routines, intentions, work, putting in the work for partnerships, relationships, things like that, making things very clear. Because Virgo, I'll tell you, Virgo is very concise, very clear, and very communicative because they're ruled by the planet Mercury, right? So Mercury lays down the rules and the contracts and, setting intentions, proper intention. The Sun is about illuminating, being the light, illuminating the intention with partnerships so that we're not accidentally running into bad issues. Okay, because it's interesting, the 7th house, people can become not so friendly very quickly when we're not being very clear. Okay, so being very light, and I honestly see this turning out really well, to be honest. Like, look at this, like they're all dancing, they're all having a great time. I honestly see this turning out very well for you guys. It's just about finding a way to communicate so that you're not feeling so hot, right? Because this could, when we have this card coming up, this could be talking about our emotions are getting very stimulated. And when our emotions are very stimulated, especially when we have the chilies right here, you know, we can be kind of a little bit hot-headed. Maybe we're getting a little bit hot-headed in the months of June because we're like, oh, there's something that's frustrating. But it's because we need to communicate, we need to say proper things, all that jazz. So, yes. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this reading, a group number 2. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And with that being said, I'll see. Oh wait, before I go, look at, we have Virgo again here too. Lots of Virgo energy. All right, so yes, with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. All right, so group number 3, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your June predictions. Let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 3, we have the High Priestess, Tower being reversed, Emperor being reversed, Four of Cups being reversed, which is actually a great card to be reversed, and then Judgment being reversed, which is also another great card to be reversed. So for the month of June, what it kind of looks like over here is that you guys are like rebuilding yourselves, or rebuilding confidence, or rebuilding yourselves mentally, or finding a way to find a better foundation, because the Tower being reversed talks about the fact that maybe we were trying to build something or begin something before we had the proper tools and foundation to actually sustain it, or to keep it going, or to keep it growing, right? Maybe we've reached a roadblock and we're realizing, oh, I can't keep growing because I didn't figure out something beforehand that would have made this a lot smoother, right? So somehow I think that you guys are feeling intuitively, because the High Priestess talks also about patience. Maybe there's something that you guys have been waiting on. Maybe there's something that you've been feeling internally but maybe haven't spoken about a lot quite yet. Or there's something kind of like, yeah, that you're just kind of like waiting on. You're waiting for maybe the right moment, or you're waiting for a sign or something to tell you something, right? But we know that, you know, something previously is kind of like not really working out the way it's supposed to, and then or maybe the way that we've previously intended. And then the Emperor being reversed is also talking about maybe we don't have the proper tools. Maybe we realized that we are, or maybe you guys are just kind of like done with a certain phase. You're like, I'm kind of like not inspired to keep climbing this certain mountain. There's something that you guys are no longer inspired to keep doing. And maybe you guys haven't been, maybe you guys have been feeling it internally but haven't quite expressed that, because the High Priestess also talks about that maybe we're feeling something internally and maybe haven't been fully honest about, or not necessarily honest, because the High Priestess, she's honest, but she's a little bit secretive. She doesn't reveal everything, right? So there's a little bit of that energy going on. The Four of Cups over here being reversed, this is like we're finally getting over looking at all of the negativity, because I think that during this period, as we're entering June, it's kind of like we're looking at and kind of watching something sort of fall apart from the sidelines, and we're kind of just like not really doing much about it. There could be something that you're just so done with and so over, and you're kind of just watching it from the sidelines, and you're like, yeah, not really gonna be fixing that. Like, it's almost like, I guess the best metaphor that I could have for this is almost like you guys are like, this is gonna be such a weird example, but whatever, it's just like a metaphor, right? It's almost like your house caught on fire, or like your stove caught on fire, and you're like, I wasn't really super attached to this house anyway, so I don't really feel like putting it out. Like, yeah, it's like that, and then you just walk outside the house and you're just like, yeah, that can just end now. I'm just gonna let that fizzle out. I'm done. Wasn't too emotionally attached to that place anymore anyway. I was thinking about moving anyway, so this is fine. Or it kind of like another, I don't know why I'm just going off on these examples right now, but hopefully you guys find them entertaining. But it's almost like you guys have like a shirt that is an old shirt that you don't really care about anyway anymore, and then like, it starts to fray on the side, and then there's like that little string that you can either like tie back up, or you can like pull it and watch the shirt just like completely come apart. It's almost like you guys have that, and you guys just look at the string and you're like, I don't really care too much about the shirt anymore anyway, so I'm just gonna like pull that off and be entertained for a little bit. It's kind of like that sort of energy. It's like, I'm kind of done with it, so I'm just gonna let it fall apart. The Four of Cups right here is when it's almost like you guys for the past little while have been looking at this situation, feeling really upset over it, or feeling kind of like lack of motivation towards it, or you've been feeling sort of just kind of like, fuck, that's not what I want. You're kind of like looking at it with this sort of like lethargy sort of energy. You're like, and then the Four of Cups reversed. This is so good because it's almost like this change of mindset happens midway through June, and you're kind of like, I'm ready to move on to something new, because that's the Four of Cups being reversed is like, oh, we're so ready to move on to something new now. And you guys finally grab the reins and you're like, yep, I'm gonna start looking in a new direction. I'm done being upset over this. You know, we've been watching the house burn down for a while. We've been watching our shirt fall apart for a while. And now it's kind of like, I should probably put on a new shirt. This one's done. It's already fallen apart. It's on the floor. It's gone. And we're like, time to buy a new one, actually. I'm done being cold and naked without my shirt. And you know, it's kind of like, I'm done sitting outside watching my house burn down. The fire was nice for a little while. Now I just need to go build something new. So time to go to Home Depot and buy some wood and build a new one, you know? Or just hire a nice group of eye candy to build it for you, right? So anyway, there's me and my funny jokes. So yeah, that's sort of like the energy of what's kind of like coming into your life is sort of like midway through June. We're starting to like realize that we just want to move forward on something else. So it's like, what else can I get inspired by, right? And this is like a positive energy is finally kind of coming into your life, and you're realizing that there was a new opportunity right next to you the whole time. So I think that you guys have almost been kind of feeling this energy like something new is supposed to happen anyway, and you've been feeling this dead energy for a while, and you're like, I'm still kind of attached to this thing that's like dying out for me, but you guys have been feeling internally like, I know there's something new coming along, I just am waiting for the right moment. The right moment is coming next month, baby. It is in June. It is coming for you, and we're gonna finally get the opportunity to move forward on this new endeavor, right? We're finally facing a new direction. And then Judgment being reversed. Maybe you guys were scared of the judgment. Maybe you guys are scared of hurting people. Maybe you guys are scared of being fully honest with people about what this whole situation is. So Judgment being upright, for example, is like in the past, this talks about in the past, maybe you guys haven't moved forward yet because you were looking at the situation being like, well, that's embarrassing that didn't work out, you know? Or you're like, I don't want people to judge me for like being shirtless for a little while, but I think I'm done being shirtless. It's time to go to a new opportunity. I don't care what people say anymore. I need to go buy a new shirt. I can't just sit here naked being scared that people are going to see me naked and vulnerable for a second. I need to go out and buy a new shirt, you know? So it's like, gotta do it. Gotta do it at some point. You can't just sit there naked for the rest of your life. So Judgment being reversed is kind of like when we get over ourselves and we're like, okay, I no longer care about the opinions of this situation. I no longer care what people think of the way that I'm feeling. I'm just gonna be it. I'm just gonna be vulnerable. And it's funny that I'm using the shirt example, because in the normal Judgment card, it's like a bunch of people being naked and liberated, being like, yes, here's my authenticity. And that's just like basically symbolism and a metaphor for being super authentic and finally being comfortable in where you are currently. So maybe you aren't in the most comfortable situation currently, but you're finally getting over it and you're like, I don't care if people see me like this. I'm ready to move forward in a new direction, and that new direction requires me to be comfortable with my current situation, because otherwise you're just gonna stay, you know, staring at the burnt down house, and you're gonna be like, da, 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 da. You have to be finally comfortable with it and be like, okay, let me just tell the universe right now that I've been through this situation. My house did burn down. I'm done with it. But I need to tell people in order to find people to help me fix it. And so I can move forward in a new direction. You know, it's about being vulnerable. It's about being open, right? So yes, I know I'm going off on metaphors right now, but I found them really important for this particular reading, so we just went off on them. So yeah, hopefully you guys understand. I know I'm probably repeating myself a little bit, but I don't know. We were feeling it. We were feeling the energy. So next one, we have Stars in the Sky, Limitless Possibility. I think that in the month of June, you guys are going to be realizing your full potential, and that's going to be what helps you move forward past whatever this was, right? This whole hiccup situation of us needing to let go of something, right? So Stars in the Sky, we're realizing that we have infinite potential in front of us and we can do whatever we want, and realizing that, yeah, it's time to pick a new path, right? Deep Diver, diving into a task. Ooh, guys, this is so perfect. This literally fits in so well with your reading. So this talks about a new beginning. We have the number 10, which is 1 numerologically. So that, bam, new beginning, guys. Deep Diver. So you're diving into this new inspiration, right? And look at the jellyfish. It's like there is possibilities. There's might be certain fears about deep diving into the unknown. You also talk about deep diver. They dive deep into something where you can't see a lot. So this is another metaphor for how the month of June is going to be. It's going to feel kind of like you're stepping into the unknown, and you know that anything is possible. There could be any outcome here, but we're like, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going for it. It's the only way that you are going to find Atlantis, is to go deep diving, baby. It's to do it. It's the only way. And we need to navigate through unknown waters for a little bit before we come across our treasure, right? It's like deep diver. So we're trying to find the treasure, but we gotta explore a little bit. We gotta deep dive into the ocean first. We need to take that risk, deep dive in the ocean, then we can navigate our way through it and find our treasure. So that's the kind of metaphor of like, that's the energy of June for you guys, right? Then we also have the Father Gate Bull. Guys, these cards fit in so well with what we just were talking about for the month of June for you guys. Bold step forward. You guys were on the sidelines waiting for the right moment. June is coming, guys. You're diving deep and taking that bold step forward. These cards speak for themselves. I don't even need to go into the metaphorical meaning of these cards. They are literally speaking directly about this situation. So, wow. Yes, the Father Gate, bold step forward, baby. There's diving deep into the unknown. We're taking a chance, we're taking a risk. And then the next card, we have Crown Games, right use of power. So this is finding your abundance. And this is almost like making a new you, is what I see this card as. So I think that you guys are going to redefine you, especially since there was this thing that didn't really work out. This might have been a thing that you were really attached to. This might have been a very defining thing about who you are. So this could be a business or a career or a relationship that you guys were involved in, something like that. But it was a major part of your identity. And maybe that's why you had a hard time letting it go. But crown games, when you think about a crown, that's like initiation into a new identity. When you get crowned, you go from being a common person to being a king or queen, for example. So that's metaphorical for this new identity. You're stepping in and creating a new identity for yourself. And you're taking a chance with it, okay? So Crown Games talks about that new identity, right use of power. So before, I think you were putting all of your energy into something that you weren't fully invested in anyway. And then you've kind of been feeling that, but you've been maybe scared to let it go and scared to make that transition because there was some sort of judgment, maybe a judgment on yourself for not having this be successful, or a judgment from other people of what other people might think of you, right? So we're finally letting that go, and we're like, I am just stepping into my new self. And that could be like you guys are physically going to redefine yourself in some way. I also want to point out we also have another number 1 here, which talks about new beginnings. These are both number 1s in numerology. So yeah, lots of new beginning type of energy. But yeah, it's like we're finally going in the right direction. We're finally using our energy correctly on something that we want to use it on. And again, we could be changing something physical about ourselves as well. So new identity. Lots of people like to get a new hairstyle, for example, when they change something. Like anytime you're going through change, there's a lot of people that are like, I need a new wardrobe, I need a new style, I need a new hairstyle, I need like a new me, because it's like you're literally changing a bit of your identity. So there could also be a physical aspect that you guys desire to alter as well, like your hair or like new wardrobe, like I was saying, things like that. So with that being said, let's get into the next deck and let's see what comes up. So pile 3, month of June. Let's get some more info on this for you guys. Group 3, month of June of 2021. Let's get some more info. All right. So we have luck. Baby, luck is on your side. Yes, we got the Capricorn energy, climbing the mountain. We're climbing a new mountain, baby. It's time to get motivation to get to the top of this one, because that's where you get crowned and coronated. And then we have success. This is reaching your success. Libra, it talks about partnerships, relationships, things like that. Capricorn talks about career. Okay, we're finding the key. We're unlocking a new door. We're opening a new door. That's why key is coming up right there. Let's try to get one more of these ones for you guys. Let's go with that one. I'm feeling that one. We got communication in there. Okay, we have Piscean energy coming up. So yeah, communication. There could be We're having to be honest about this new transition, guys. We're needing to be open about it. So there could be, and also peas in the pod, you think about peas in the pod, this is finding the right group of people, aligning yourself to the right pod, because maybe you were not fitting in with the other pod that you were in. You're realizing I need to change pods. So it's another confirmation about changing pods, guys. Let's see what else. Oh, that's a lot of cards right there. Feeling this one really wants to come out though. So animals. Animals might be, there could be something with animals. This also talks about companionship, communication, peas in the pod, changing maybe who you surround yourself with. We also have lighten your load, carrying the weight of the world. Oh, this could also be fear of judgments as well. We're carrying the weight of like certain judgments, certain thoughts on us, right? So lighten your load, get rid of that. You don't need to worry about what other people are going to think. You don't need to worry about what other people want from you. You need to think about what you want from you, because as long as you just are in touch with your soul, you don't need to carry all that. And then it makes life so much easier. And then we also have beauty. So again, changing something about yourself, changing your identity, could also be talking about literally just being like, I'm done with this career, I'm done with this job, I'm changing who I am, things like that. We also have commitment. So tying the knot with something else. Committing yourself to a new you, to a new route. This could also be talking about commitment in some other level as well for some of you guys. So it could be a message for some of you guys. Maybe there's some sort of new level of commitment coming into your life. Then we also have courage coming up. So this is about facing your fears, being the lion. This is also about seeing yourself for how you desire to be seen, right? So it's kind of like that image of the cat that's looking in the mirror and sees a lion instead of a cat, right? It's how you see yourself, having the courage to go through. And then we also have inspiration. So it's like the light is turning on this month, in the month of June. It's like that light is just sparking up. Then we also have dreams. So your dreams might be really important in the month of June for you guys. That could be taken literally that way. Or this could also be talking about the things that you've been desiring to come to life. You're finally getting the courage and inspiration to make those dreams happen. And lightening your load, taking off some responsibility from your past to be able to move forward in this new way, right? So with that being said, we're going to take our astro dice. We're going to take the zodiac sign dice. We're going to roll 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are going to be the most prominent in the month of June for you guys. So this could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign. So let's see. We got Libra coming up. And I think we had Libra on this card over here. Yeah, Libra. Also Libra energy. We have Leo energy, Libra, Leo. Libra and Leo deal a lot with this beauty card as well. We have Libra coming up again. Lots of Libra energy. Woo! And then also Scorpio. So Libra, Leo, and Scorpio energy for the month of June for you guys. Then we're going to roll all these together to get any last info. So let's see. We got the sun in Pisces in the 4th house. Interesting. Also, the sun keeps coming up for a lot of piles. So yeah, the sun in Pisces in the 4th house. This is your mental health. This could be talking about getting happier mentally, and in your home as well. This could be talking about finding new inspiration with your foundation, with who you are, your identity, your home life, things like that. I know a lot of Pisces right now are changing a lot of things with their home life and focusing more on home life. A lot of Pisceans are going through that right now. But yeah, sun in Pisces. I just see this as mentally getting happier in the month of June. Mentally feeling really good. Spending more time maybe at home for some of you guys. Definitely feeling a bit of that. Also, Pisces talks about dreams, your inspiration, setting proper foundations for that. This could be talking about maybe we're realizing that we want to move to a new place, to a new city, to a new town, to a new country maybe for some of you guys. Setting proper roots, figuring out what your dream life exactly looks like and taking steps forward to create that. So that is what we're seeing over there. Pile number 3. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 4, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about the month of June. So let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 4, here's what we got for you guys. We have the 6 of Wands, 2 of Cups, Princess of Swords, which is like the Page of Swords, Queen of Swords, then we have the King of Cups over here. So first off, this Two of Cups is really sticking out to me, especially since it's like near these sword cards as well. So this could be talking about, the sword cards can't talk about social media. The Two of Cups right here talks about a union, partnership, collaboration, new friendship, new level of commitment with somebody, things like that. Again, it is a general reading, so you're going to kind of have to decipher and find out what really resonates with you, what makes the most sense for you and your particular situation. But this could be talking about a certain partnership or a collaborative project that we're working on that's going to be really successful. So the Six of Wands right next to this. This could be talking about if we're working on a collaborative project, if we are working in a union with somebody. This could be talking about a lot of success within that. This could also be talking about a lot of goodness coming into with a new friendship, right? Maybe your success, maybe something that you're doing or working on is going to help you connect with new people that are going to be really important and are going to be really close to you, and it's going to feel really good. So it could be some sort of working on something, some sort of new project coming out, some sort of new person that we're meeting in the month of June, or it can be talking about a new relationship coming in for some of you guys, okay? So there's a lot of different ways of interpreting this sort of Two of Cups sort of energy, because the Two of Cups can be a business partnership, it can be a collaboration, it could be a friendship, or it can even be romantic, okay? So, kind of figure out how that really applies to you, but I can tell you with this sort of partnership thing going on, it's going to maybe come out of some sort of success, or there's a new level of commitment that's going to feel really good, or there's a new sort of like maybe we're going to be noticed. Maybe we're putting ourselves out there and we're going to be noticed by somebody. Okay? That can also be an energy that's happening right here. Or we're meeting somebody that's going to offer us some new insight and moving forward on something. Okay? Then we also do have that Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords. This talks about a lot of communication. This could also be talking about social media. This could be talking about somebody coming into your life and they have a lot to say. This could be a current friendship. There's a lot to say. There's a lot to plan. The swords deal with planning, mental stuff, communication. And when I say mental stuff, I just mean like a lot of thoughts happening, a lot of like, ooh, there's this and there's that. It's kind of exploring possibility and whatever, things like that. Yeah, and it could talk about commitment as well. It could be talking about, sometimes they mean contracts. That's mostly like the Ace of Swords that would bring up contracts and stuff like that. This can sometimes also talk about that. So maybe certain contracts, business partnerships, things like that. Social media can heavily talk about social media with those swords right there. Okay, so there's some sort of that kind of energy possibly as well. This can also talk about business going really well. Somehow this could be business going well, relationships going well, lots of communication, lots of like planning for the future. Then also that King of Cups, this is feeling like really good, really successful, getting to an emotionally very good, solid place, okay? I also see this as you guys being like really proud of yourselves, like kind of looking at this being like, yeah, I did that. I did that, okay? So this could also be talking about a physical person as well. We have a lot of people cards right here and partnerships. So it could mean that we're really busy with a lot of people as well, right? So we're looking over here and we're like, oh, yes, lots of opportunity, lots of potential. This could also be invitations. Sometimes the swords can be interpreted as invitations. The cups can sometimes be events as well. So there's lots of like stuff happening over here. But I do think it's going to be the month of June for you guys, group 4, is definitely going to be involved with lots of communication and lots of people. I think that there's going to be a lot going on. There's going to be a lot of people that are wanting to get a hold of you. Okay, there's lots of maybe people asking you questions that need answers. There's going to be a lot of emails, messages, things like that coming up for you guys in the month of June. But yeah, there's some sort of success here. So some sort of being really proud about some sort of partnership. It could be maybe you guys get a new job and that's like this new partnership and new contract, right? For some of you guys, it could be that new relationship or a new level of commitment in a relationship, right? It could be new friendships coming in that really help guide you into a new direction. But somehow there's a lot of people coming up. I do think that there's going to be a lot going on for you guys in the month of June, okay? So with that being said, let's pull out some more cards. We have joyful music, inspiration. So Very colorful life. There's a lot going on for you guys in the month of June, for one. Also, this card just reminds me of something that's very artsy. So if you guys are working on artsy things, maybe there's going to be some sort of like collaborative thing that's happening in the month of June that you're really excited about. Things like that. It's kind of what I'm picking up over here. There could also just be a lot of creative inspiration. So this could be a lot of creativity. Maybe we're pulling out a lot of our creativity in the month of June, okay? We also have the wall obstacles. So I do think you guys are getting over some sort of obstacle because there's some sort of success right here, because these cards are talking about a lot of success, and the wall comes up talking about obstacles, right? So maybe it's like us finally getting ideas and ways. We're feeling really proud of ourselves because you guys are getting over certain issues that you were previously facing, and now you finally feel like you can paint the picture that you want and that you desire. Okay, so somehow you're going to be unlocking ways and methods of finding more success in what it is that you guys are desiring, where you guys are moving towards, things like that, the things that you guys are planning out. Okay, then we also have dances on one foot, balancing act. All right, so this card, let's interpret this one. This one's interesting to me. So balancing act, this kind of reminds me of the Two of Cups. So we're finally figuring out how to like connecting with certain people. We're finally seeing eye to eye. I'm almost seeing the seeing eye to eye sort of thing coming up. So that could be a message for some of you. I guess you'll have to kind of interpret how that makes sense for you, but this sort of seeing eye to eye kind of scenario. Dances on one foot. So there's some sort of like challenges that you guys are getting over. So if we think about dances on one foot metaphorically, that's kind of like, that's something that's kind of hard to do, right? But that's about being successful. So I think that you guys are figuring out how to get over certain obstacles that were in your way before, and you're like, ooh, I'm kind of figuring this out, I'm doing this. We're balancing, we're finding out how to keep up with all of our different commitments and obligations. Maybe you guys are gonna be really busy, so you're balancing out a lot of different things, okay? It's also another way of interpreting that. Then we also have watchers, transpersonal. Some sort of your personal life is altering. Yeah, some alteration physically. Then we also have heart, home, compassion. Interesting. Okay, so maybe you guys are starting a new job. Maybe you're doing a balancing act of like multiple different things. Maybe you guys are having a side hustle on top of your regular hustle, right? With your job, right? So that could also be another thing. We're figuring out how to get past that obstacle, or figuring out how to kind of make this work and create this in our life. Maybe we're balancing out relationship and work, and we're having a balancing act of that. But I do think lots is going to be going on. You have a lot of commitments to get to. It's kind of like figuring out the creativity of that. Transpersonal right here. I see this as like a self-transformation. So it's almost like you guys are going through some sort of transformation. And this could be what you're emotionally involved in, going through a transformation with what you're emotionally involved in. So heart, home. I do think that there's a new partnership coming in your life. And sometimes that can be, and partnership can be interpreted, like I said, multiple different ways. So it could be a business partnership, friendship, romantic thing, stuff like that. And I kind of, with heart, home coming up, I almost feel like there's going to be some sort of like deeper connection with someone. There is a deeper connection coming in the month of June for you guys. And it's going to cause a lot of I think that you guys are really learning so much from someone. There's some sort of deeper connection that you're making with someone in your life right now. We also have rose quartz, which is very interesting because that really connects with this card and this card. But there's some sort of deeper connection that's happening with someone in the month of June, and it's causing you to have a deep transformation. This is deeply transformative. We're learning more mentally than we've learned before. It's like, ooh, we're challenging ourselves in new ways, right? And I really think that, yeah, you're like almost unlocking your heart on a deeper level. I think that you're getting really close to someone. There's someone in particular that maybe you weren't as close to, you know, in the past, and you're getting it's almost like there's a deepening with someone in the month of June. That's kind of the energy that I'm picking up right here. So with that being said, let's pull out our next deck, and let's shuffle this up and see what comes up for you guys. So the month of June for pile 4. Let's see, month of June, pile 4. It's interesting that I put rose quartz on top of your guys' pile, and it really connects with this reading. It's very interesting. I'm also noticing you guys have a lot of 6 energy. Oh, wow, look what just came up. We have the commitment card. So there's a new contract or a new higher level of commitment with somebody. There's a deeper connection that's being made right here in the month of June. So this could be a relationship. It could be a business partnership, but there's some sort of like, we're tying the knot, we're signing a contract, we're making a bond with something, we're committing ourselves to something. It could be a job, it could be a business partnership. Like I said, it could be a lover, it could be something, but there's some sort of deeper level of commitment that is coming out in the month of June. And like I was previously saying, I'm seeing a lot of 6 energy. We have 6, what do we have below here? We have a 9, okay. We have 2 9s and 2 6s. And then right here we have an 11. Master number 11, that's just really good for coming up. So there's going to be a lot of like learning new things, lots of enlightenment sort of energy. The 6 is all about finding harmony and balance. And it's interesting, I think you guys had balancing act. Finding balance between work and love, work and romance, or work and other obligations, right? New level of commitment. That also talks about harmony. There's a lot of harmony coming up, okay? And then we had 2 9s. This is ending an old cycle. Ending an old cycle, baby. Baby. Let's see what else we get. So pile 4. Month of June, pile 4. Trust. So yeah, that could deal with higher level of commitments. We're needing a lot of trust. We're needing a lot of communication as well. Also have financial health, so that could be talking about a lot of abundance. Maybe there's going to be a new contract or a new business opportunity for you guys. Maybe that's what that partnership is about. Or it could be, again, multiple different levels of different things. Healing, so abundance, healing your heart, finding compassion, being able to open your heart again to new opportunities so that you guys can commit and trust this new opportunity, right? So it could deal with trusting a new endeavor, a new opportunity, a new path in your life, being able to trust that and go down that way. We also have duality, so lots of dual stuff, lots of 2 energy, okay? So duality coming up. It could be talking about living a dual life where we're between 2 different jobs, we're having a balancing act between that, or between lots of different things, kind of like what we were saying. Also number 9 is coming up again, which deals with closing out old chapters. We have Libra coming up, which deals with relationships, and we have attraction. You guys are attracting partnership in the month of June, whether that again be business or romantic, but there's some sort of like, you guys are attracting whatever you guys have been manifesting is coming into your life, okay? Attraction. We also have positivity and success. So yeah, I do think the month of June is going to be really positive for you guys. I think that there's going to be a lot of success. We have success, and that's literally what the 6 of Wands means as well. We have the success card right here. We also had that financial stuff coming up. So yeah, I do think money is going to increase in the month of June for you guys. It just looks like there's a lot of abundance in general in relationship and in work, okay? It just looks like there's a lot of positivity happening in the month of June. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take our Astro Dice. We're going to roll the zodiac sign dice 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most prominent in your life in the month of June. This could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising, okay? So let's see what comes up. We have a Cancer coming up. We have Capricorn coming up. And we have Sagittarius coming up. So it could be, again, Cancer, Capricorn, or Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising. It can also be a reflection of your own as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take all of these together. Let's see what else we get. We also have a lot of Libra energy, I want to point out. Libra's been coming up for a lot of people. We got some North Node Leo energy. I always have a hard time telling whether that's the North Node or Leo. It kind of looks like both. So yeah, we have the 6th house. So Uranus in Virgo in the 6th house. Ooh, this could definitely be changing career for some of you guys, because Virgo and the 6th house, those actually go hand in hand. They're very similar. But yeah, Virgo and the 6th house deal with work, communication, opportunities, events, health. It deals with health as well. It also deals with the environment. It deals with, let me think. What else can we like label under Virgo in the 6th house sort of energy? I could deal with writing for some of you guys, that sort of stuff. But Uranus coming in here, Uranus changes and shifts things. There could be a career shift. There could be like a brand new sort of like path that you guys are taking. It also talks about routines, heavily about routines. So again, balancing act. This card right here, balancing act, fits in really well because this is about changing up your routines, your schedules. Could be a lot going on. So Uranus shifts things so much. We're going to have to kind of figure out how to balance this new kind of thing that we're committing to, new sort of opportunity that's coming your way in the month of June. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 5, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of June. So let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 5, let's talk about what we have over here for you guys. We have the Prince of Cups over here, then we have the, this is the 10 of Pentacles, and we have Justice being reversed, Strength being reversed, and then also the 9 of Pentacles being reversed. It's interesting that we have both the 9 and 10 of Pentacles over here being reversed. That's kind of really sticking out to me right here. So it almost feels like there's some sort of thing that you guys are seeking, and maybe it didn't exactly turn out the way that you desired it, or maybe you're feeling like you're having a hard time manifesting something or attaining something. There's sort of a vision that you guys have for your future, and you're trying to get in alignment with that. That's why we have this Prince of Cups right here, this introspection. They really depict this card in a very interesting way. So it's almost like you guys are thinking about your future and what you want to create, but maybe there's a feeling like, ooh, I don't really think it's going to happen for me, or there's this lack of trust that you can attain that, or there's a lack of maybe worth, of self-worth, maybe being like, oh, I'm not worthy of that. How will I attain that? That doesn't make any sense, right? So it's kind of like these interesting thoughts that you guys might be going through and having. But I think that you guys have something that you are desiring to attain, but maybe there's something that's maybe stopping you in some sort of way. There's a lack of balance here. Maybe we feel like we're still there's like a lack here. That's why we have Justice being reversed. So it's like kind of like when the scales are sort of tipped, and maybe we feel like the scales are not tipped in our favor right now. So it's kind of this energy of maybe something is in my way, or we're trying to justify why we don't have what we have, and that's keeping us sort of stuck in a certain area, because maybe we're looking at different excuses of like, oh, well, it hasn't manifested for me because of this reason, and I can't attain that because of this reason. So there's a lot of things that I think mentally, I think that you guys are trying to get over and get past in the month of June. It looks like you guys are really going deep internally and kind of being like, why am I thinking this way? Why do I feel this way? And how do I attain it anyway? I almost see that you guys are going to focus more on your inner being in the month of June and kind of really try to get past certain obstacles mentally in your mind. We also have Strength being reversed, so this is a lack of patience. Maybe we feel like things aren't happening quick enough for us. Maybe we think that there's certain obstacles in our way, and we're getting upset that they're not happening quick enough. We're not getting over these obstacles quick enough. We're like, how long do I have to keep waiting for things to like manifest? So the month of June, it kind of looks like we're dealing with this sort of energy, okay? And that could be the way that you're feeling right now going into June, but it looks like in the month of June, I think that you guys are finally taking a seat and being like, why am I thinking this way? Because the way that you think directly correlates to how your life will play out, right? Okay, so your mentality directly affects what you're able to attain and manifest. So if we can get over this stuff and you can come back to feeling really worthy, whole, and complete internally, you'll notice so many things change, right? So during the month of June, it looks like you guys are finally focusing on your inner well-being, and you're like, you know what? I need to let go of being super attached to these things. I need to let go of like needing it so badly, and I need to find my inner peace. So the month of June for you guys, I really think heavily is going to be about finding your inner peace. And once you find inner peace, chaotic things on the outside of your life begin to calm down. Chaotic situations, confusing situations, things not playing out the way you want them to, right? Those things begin to calm down as you calm that inner self. And so I really think that you guys are going to start to find calmness in certain areas and find ways of moving forward. And then that's where we get our answers. It almost looks like there's like some confusion happening. okay? And so maybe you're dealing with a lot of confusion at the moment, but in the month of June, it's kind of like we learn how to breathe. And then we're like, I see the answer. I understand. Okay, so let's pull out some more cards on here. I'm really desiring pulling out some more cards. We have gathering around the power of community. So this card coming up, if you guys have been trying to do everything alone and by yourself, maybe you're realizing that maybe it helps to have people around us that are able to support us and help us, right? So now it's introspection. Or maybe it's like, maybe we constantly seek other people's approval and other people's opinions to help us feel better about ourselves and to help us get motivation, but maybe we're not getting that from other people. Maybe other people aren't supporting our ideas. So this is about when we go internally and we're like, the only person that you need validation from and support from is you, my love. That's all. That's all. If you want to do something, the only person that needs to say yes to it is you. Okay, so that could be what this card coming up is talking about. So you could take that in two different interpretations, right? Okay, and then we also have covenant, sacred contract. So this is, I'm almost seeing this as manifesting. I don't know why I'm seeing that you guys are having a big manifesting journey in the month of moons, in the month of June, month of moon. the moon doesn't, the month of moon. Anyway, I'm almost seeing this as you guys planning out what you want. Writing. I think writing is going to be really like big for some reason in the month of June for you guys. Either writing out what you want or writing out your feelings almost. Like, I don't know, it's like planning almost. Some sort of like, I got goosebumps when I said that. There's some sort of like, goosebumps again. There's some sort of planning and there's some sort of like release. I'm almost seeing this as a release as well, like a release of old stuff. A release of old emotions. Really interesting. My camera does not want to focus right now. Very interesting. Gaining focus, you guys. That's why the camera's doing that. This is about you guys gaining focus in the month of June instead of being scattered. There's a lot of your energy that I feel like is very scattered right now. It's almost like mentally you're like, I have this and that. The month of June's about coming back to the calmness. Surrounding yourself with the right people while also finding time to be alone too. I'm almost talking very softly right now. It's like the energy that I'm like being guided to. Usually I have like a very like fast talking voice and it's usually kind of like sporadic, but the energy I'm getting for you guys is to calm. So we're going to talk about that calmness. Let go, relax, take a nap. Meditate. Okay, my love? Write out your feelings, write out your desires. Make those desires and everything very clear about what you want. Okay? Planning that out. Ooh, and then look at the next card that we have, Sky Writing. I was talking about writing when we were looking at that card, guys. This one fits in so well. My goodness. We're writing things out. Yes, I knew I felt writing. I don't know why. Goosebumps again. Something really important with writing in the month of June for you guys. Something really important with writing and being able to calm yourself. Staying calm through these feelings, emotions, and physical things that we're encountering. Writing things out, setting intention. Look, we have the moon in the background of this one. I almost said the month of moon. So somehow maybe the moon is important. Ooh, got goosebumps again when I said that. I don't know about you guys. I keep getting goosebumps when I'm doing this reading. Like it's like this calm energy while getting goosebumps. So it's almost like, okay, I'm getting a total message from you, for you guys. So there's some confusing energy that you guys have been probably feeling and thinking about lately. Maybe you guys are confused about a certain thing. The message that I'm getting for you guys is once you learn how to calm down the way that I am right now, all of the answers are going to flood in. All of the inspiration is going to flood in. This is about calming down, reaching inner peace, introspection, exactly what that card says right there. Okay? And then writing and planning somehow is going to be very big in the month of June. Writing and planning. And we also have vanishing mirror. Stop looking at your current circumstances. Look towards what you do want to create. Stop focusing on your current circumstances. Focus on what you desire, okay? And get more into that feeling. As you can pull up that feeling of which you desire more, as if you've already attained it, focus on that feeling and let that be the inspiration that guides you forward. Move forward with that feeling, because that's how manifestation works. That is how you get into a new self, and that's how you manifest a new reality, because when you're feeling those inner emotions of as if you've already attained what you desire, as you feel that, that is going to influence the choices that you make, that is going to influence your mental state, and that's when you gain solutions, and that's when you gain inspiration. That is literally when you get those inspired ideas and inspired action to take, is when you're in that emotion, because that's a new level of consciousness. Your consciousness is very attached to the way that you're feeling. So if you're feeling bummed out because of your current reality, your state of consciousness is in your current reality, meaning that the choices that you make, the things that you think about are equal to the vibration and are equal to that current reality. Therefore, you're going to still think of things that are equal to your current reality. Therefore, you're not going to get any new ideas that can help you get out of that reality. The things that will help you get out of that reality is when you stop focusing on your current situation and you focus instead on what you desire, and then you focus on that feeling of how much it excites you. How much does that desire excite you? Stay in that mental state, because the more that you stay in that is where you're going to get the flood of ideas that are equal to that level of consciousness. That's when you all of a sudden get the ideas of like, oh, now I know how to attain that goal. Does that make sense? So vanishing mirror, ego sublimation. Let the ego go. Don't focus on what let it go. Let your current circumstances go. Stop focusing on it. Focus on what you desire. And again, let that be the inspiration that then guides you forward. Then we have will of the wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. Baby. Treasures hidden in the shadows. This is almost like, I feel like you guys are going to get a lot of ideas before you go to sleep at night. I feel like you guys are going to get a lot of ideas the more you go into your own mind and you calm down, right? Will of the wisp, hidden treasures in the shadows. There's hidden treasures when you step into the unknown, when you take a new inspired action and you go in a direction you've never gone before. Okay, will of the wisp. It's almost like listening to your intuition, allowing that to guide you. Okay, because I think that that's going to guide you to where you need to be, where you're going to get all the inspiration that you need right now. We also have a lot of the number 8 coming up. The number 8 talks about taking a risk and a chance. So take a risk and a chance to go in a new direction, because that's going to get you out of the old level of consciousness. That's going to get you out of focusing on your current state, because you're taking a new step, a new direction. And that's going to influence a new and cause a new mental state, which helps you get new inspiration, new inspired action, right? Because if we keep beating the same bush, hoping for a different result, we're not going to get it. We get a new result when we do something new, because that puts us in a new realm of thought, right? Because sometimes when we're sitting at our laptop trying to get inspiration to write, but we're constantly staring at our laptop, we're not getting inspiration because we're so focused on our laptop. How many ideas can your laptop give you? But instead, go out, relax, go walk in nature. All of a sudden you might see something, for example, that's going to inspire a new thought, that it all of a sudden gives you the answer that you've been seeking. So it's about taking time to relax, taking time away. That's going to give you your answer, my love, okay? So with that being said, let's get into this deck of cards. Let's see what else we get for you guys. So pile 5. Let's see what we get. Pile 5 for June. Cleansing. Gemini energy. Cleansing. Okay, so you guys, this could be doing a food cleanse, cleansing your body, literally. You know, lemons are very cleansing. They help the body cleanse, actually, because it's a diuretic. But anyway, This could be about focusing on your health. This could be also talking about cleansing your energy by doing something new, stepping into the unknown, breaking the ego down, breaking your current structure, your current way of thinking, breaking it down and stepping into the new, allowing a new mindset to come in, right? We also have productivity. This is going to help you be more productive, baby. Cancerian energy. Also number 8 coming up again, okay? Courage and affection. Courage, baby. We're cutting old ties. We're stepping into the new. We're no longer focusing on the old that's kept us so attached to old stuff. Look at this mirror again. We have a mirror. Seeing yourself in a new way, Taurian energy as well. Okay, getting into a loving state, being affectionate with yourself is going to help you get into a new mental state that helps bring in more good energy. Okay, let's see what else we get for you guys. We get beauty coming up. That's another mirror thing. We got a lot of mirrors coming up. Look at, how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as someone who can't attain what you desire? We need a new self-identity. We need to redefine who we are. We need to see ourselves as better. Tapping into feminine energy as well, cat. And then this is ruled by Venus, a lot of feminine energy coming in. Reaching that divine feminine, okay? And even if you're a man listening to this, tapping into divine feminine is like being nurturing towards yourself, nurturing a new idea so that we can build a new life, okay? Trust coming up. That's been coming up for a lot of groups so far. Trusting in the process, trusting that you can do anything, that you can attain anything, okay? Trusting that you will get there. As long as you keep stepping forward, you will eventually get to whatever destination you want, as long as you keep moving towards it, as long as you keep focusing on it. We also have happiness. This is getting to a new mental state, figuring out ways of getting your emotions in alignment with happiness so that you can feel happy. So the month of June is bringing in more of that energy for you guys, okay? Look at that blue butterfly. I got a message from some of you guys. Look out for blue butterflies or blue symbols, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and take our zodiac sign dice. That's not it. That is it. We're going to roll 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs for the month of June for you guys, the ones that are going to be the most prominent. And this could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising, or even a reflection of your own. So we have Libra coming up. Libra's coming up for like everyone today. We got Aries coming up. Libra, Aries, and Sagittarius energy. So Libra, Aries, and Sag. So now we're going to roll all these together to get any last info for you guys. Let's see. All right, that dice went far. Let's see. Let's see what we get. So we have 8th house, Gemini, and we also have Neptune. So Neptune in Gemini in the 8th house. This is new thinking, changing your mental state. The Neptune deals a lot with your mind, your dream life, your mental health as well. Deals with that, so, and Gemini deals with that. So this is getting into your fantasy. Writing is also Gemini, so writing about what goes on in your mind, writing what you want your dream life to be like. And then the 8th house deals with endings and beginnings. So ending old cycles and then starting a new beginning. So this could be starting a new beginning mentally, ending the way you used to think, ending old thinking patterns, ending old mental struggles, ending the way that you used to think subconsciously, realizing subconscious blocks, ending those old ones, and starting new positive mental health stuff that helps happiness and things like that. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Love you guys so much. Bye.